We talked about, what did we talk about? Yes, we talked about homes and how to make comparisons. We covered some vocabulary relating to homes, and I think some of the new words included detached house, terraced house, I
A
think
leaf.
loft, yeah. What else?
Loft, yeah.
Yeah, loft, yeah. So I think these were the only new words. Also, we talked about a residential area. So it's like the opposite of a commercial area. We talked about that. And we did some listening, and we saw how the couple, Tim and Joe, in the end, they decided to rent the terraced house for a number of reasons. And of course, we talked about comparisons, how to use these comparisons, and how the pink adverbs, slightly, a little, a lot, much, far, a bit, all of these are useful to sort of show degree, to show how different the thing is. So when you say bigger, so when you use a little bigger, a lot bigger, much bigger, far bigger, a bit bigger, slightly bigger, we're giving degree to the difference in size. So we're being a little more specific, which is I think a good thing, especially at this level. So we talked about how this works, and we also talked about superlatives. Of course, all of this was, I think, more or less a revision of previous use of superlatives from elementary and pre-intermediate. I think, including because I was doing the pre-intermediate class yesterday, and they had this same lesson, the exact same lesson, but of course less details than here. They didn't have slightly, they didn't have far, they didn't have a little. They only had bit, much, and what is it? A lot. And but even in the pre-intermediate A course, they also had the same lesson, which included the one of the phrase using as, adjective as, right? So when you say our cars are not as fast as each other, right? Or I can say, for example, Ibrahim's phone is not as new as Noha's. So this means Noha's phone is newer than, or is a more recent model than Ibrahim's phone, and so on. So this form, not as, adjective as, it's not completely new, but I think maybe a little more detailed here. What else did we do? We also finished this part, number 7. We finished number 8. We also rewrote this part. We did it in a different way using the options in the exercise. We're the same age. We're as old as each other, for example. Did we do number 8? Can't remember. I think we didn't, right? We did number. I know we did number 7 for sure, but I think we didn't do number 8. Do you remember, Naha?
No,
we don't.
I don't think.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
new to me as well. All right, so number 8 is also an exercise in using comparatives and superlatives. Now the idea is they just want you to rephrase the sentence. That's all. Think of it as a rephrasing or paraphrasing exercise, and they want you to use the new form of comparatives or superlatives. No, it's comparatives, I think. In the brackets. So you can see here, number 1, as an example, her flat is more spacious than mine. All right, so you can say my flat isn't as spacious as hers, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what about the second one? We need to use more. How can you change number 2 into using more, Ibrahim?
She's more organized than me.
Right, okay, good. Number 3, Naha?
I don't look the same as her. I look different from her.
I don't look the same as her. I look different than her. I think that's right. That sounds so
different from her.
different
Not than
from
her.
her. I look different from her.
عادي نقول is it okay to say, just say she looks different?
We look different. Maybe.
She looks. You mean she looks different?
Yeah.
Or we look different, right? I don't look the same
Maybe.
as her. It's a little weird. Okay, let's come back to this and see if we can do it in another way. All right, now, can you do number 4?
Her taste in music is almost the same as mine. Her taste in music is almost similar. They want me to use similar, so her taste in music is similar to mine.
Okay, but how can we say almost?
It's much similar.
Yeah, much similar to mine. Correct.
Similar to mine.
Yes, I agree. I'm trying to look for other examples here. No, I don't have similar. All right, okay. Yeah, her taste in music is much similar to mine. Much similar as mine. I think with similar you have to use two. Much similar to mine. All right, what about number 5?
I'm a bit more confident than her. She
Yes.
She is little confident than me, or less confident than me.
Correct. Yes. She's less confident than me. Yeah. What about number 6, Ibrahim? How would you do number 6?
I'm more ambitious than her. She's not as ambitious as me.
Right. Okay. And number 7, Ibrahim, how would you do it?
I'm much less stubborn than her. She's more stubborn than me.
Correct. And you can also include more. You can say much more. I mean, you can include much. Yeah. She's much more stubborn than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the last one, how would you do it?
We are the same age, so as same as we are. So how can I compare? How can I choose who I will compare myself with? We are. I will say they as me, or
no. You're going to say we're as something as each other, right?
We are as same age as each other.
No, you need an adjective. What adjective do we use to describe age?
Aged.
How do you ask about someone's age? What do you say?
As old as each other.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. We are as old as each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the only way you can use as with an adjective. But now number 4, number 3, I don't look at this one is sort of getting me a little curious. I don't look the same as her. I look different from her. This is correct. I think it's correct what you said. Your first answer. No, you said I look different from her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we can say we look different. Maybe this is another easy one. We look different. I'm trying to think if we can use different in another way.
We don't look alike.
We don't look alike. Yes, this is another paraphrasing which has the same meaning. but you didn't use different, but it's the same meaning still. We don't look alike, it's the same meaning. All right. So I don't think here they're very specific. They just want you to paraphrase it in any way you want, as long as it contains the word. This is, I think the goal of this exercise, at least as far as I understand it. All right, now in part B, it says, choose a woman or a girl you know. Tick the sentences in number 8 that are true for you and her. So I don't think it's very important. We can skip this. Let's see this one. Let's know. All right, maybe this one is good for conversation. Is good for speaking. And it says here, choose 3 houses or flats that you know well. So let's say 3 houses, since we're talking here in Libya, and most of us don't live in flats. Some do, but many don't. So the idea is, I'd like you to think of 3 houses. So these could be your parents, your friends, any of your relatives, 3 houses that you know quite well or you visit regularly, okay? So you need to compare based on these, let's say, 6, 7 criteria, which is location and size of the house, the number of rooms, if it has a balcony or a garden, the age and the condition of the house, the distance from any landmarks in Tripoli, let's say, like, for example, Raba Street or Martyrs Square. I don't know, think of any landmark in Tripoli to compare it to, or to sort of relate it to. You can talk about the type of neighborhood, friendly, unfriendly, noisy, violent, classy, commercial, residential. Describe it any way you want. Add anything else. So it should sound something like this. My friend Julia's house is a bit larger than mine. And if we're continuing with Julia, you can say her house has, for example, a lot more rooms than I have, than my house. Or you can say it's not as old as our house, and it's closer to Java Street than my house. Something like this. So if you want, you can take a minute if you need to prepare ideas. But if you can do it right away, you can start. So if you want to start right away, you can start.
I have an idea if you
sure
would like to agree me about it. Why don't we take it as a homework? Because it takes me a lot. It will takes me a lot of time to finish it. I know.
No problem. No problem. We can skip it. We can leave
because
it as.
You need three houses, not one.
3 houses. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think, Ibrahim? Should we just leave it, or should we just do it as 1 house? What do you say? Because I'd like you to get to talk. That's the idea. It's the only, because if we leave it as homework.
If it's just 1 house, okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe 3 houses is pushing it too much, because you'll need to think if it's 3 houses. You can't do it automatically. All right. Let's just do 1. Think of 1 house, okay? Think of the most familiar house you know, other than yours, of course, and just sort of compare it to your house.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Give it a try now.
I would like to talk about my sister's flat. It's located in Zawid Dahmani, flat blocks, and it's not as big as my house, my flat actually, because already I'm living in it's 2 floors house. The upper is for us, and the basic or the first floor for my mother and brother-in-law. And it has a balcony, and they haven't a backyard or garden as I have. I don't know how to say it. What else? Size and room. Yeah, the rooms are different. Some of them are much bigger than mine, and others were smaller than some of my house, my flat's rooms. My flat's rooms, yeah. Okay, for the age, it's my flat is actually much more new than hers.
Okay.
And for the center, her flat is located in, how can I say, it's, you can say that it's not quite a residential area, and it's not commercially. Also, it's in between, because you can find a local or such a مجمع. I don't know how to say it in English. It's not a hospital. It's kind of
polyclinic.
What?
Polyclinic, they say.
Poly?
Yes, polyclinic.
Yeah, you can find polyclinic there. You can find public market. You can find a lot of shops and sometimes small offices.
Okay. All right. I think for this exercise, I should have listened to your advice, Noah, because it's a little hard. It's a little hard to do it without preparing, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know why? Because even in your description was mainly a general description, and I think the point of this exercise is to use different forms of comparatives, right? The classical, the ER, bigger, smaller, and some superlatives, also not as big as, you know. I think they want a mix here. So so maybe you can leave it and you can have some time and we can start with it next lesson. Okay. This way, if you want, you can even add more houses, and you can try to stick to using the comparatives in the lesson, I think. Just like the examples here, a bit larger than mine, a lot closer, probably the oldest, the superlative. Of course, these examples are a little too easy, maybe.
Okay.
But we can make them interesting. All right, so same thing for you, Brian. This means we should, I'll try to remind you before we end the lesson, so you can prepare a few sentences, prepare a few things, and we can do it tomorrow. Next lesson, I mean, which is after tomorrow. All right, so let's do a little bit of phrasal verbs. We have a few maybe new phrasal verbs. We're going to talk a little bit about the future now, and we'll use 3 different ways of talking about the future. We have will, we have be going to, which means I'm going to travel, you're going to travel, we're going to study, whatever, but it's verb to be with going to and infinitive, of course, and the present continuous for the future. Okay. All right, so let's start with vocab. So we have a few phrasal verbs. Okay, I'm just checking. The phrasal verbs are on the right side, but let's start with the box here. Work in pairs. Which of these words do you know? Check new words with your teacher or in a dictionary. Okay, I think you all know these words. So to get rid of something, keep,
Mm-hmm.
stuff, junk,
Junk.
a drawer, and a
Clipboard.
cupboard. And then we
A
have
cupboard.
a pile. I don't think any of these words are new to you, Noah or Ibrahim,
Oh.
right? I think you know all of these words. All right. Now, are there any words, Ibrahim, in this box? Ibrahim,
Hmm?
are
Yes.
there any words here? Something that's new, or do you know all of these words?
I know them.
All right. Okay. So here, read the article. Tick the true sentences, correct the false ones. All right. So we have 5 questions. Let's read the questions first, and then we'll get the chance to read about them. So the first one, it says the article tells you how to get rid of junk. True, false. We'll see. Number 2, you need about an hour for each row. You should put things in 3 piles. Put things you don't want in a junk drawer. Don't buy things if you've got something similar. Okay, so we're going to find if these sentences are true or false based on this article. So I think let's zoom out a bit. Too much. Let's zoom back. Maybe a little more. Okay, so I'd like you to read this little article. It says, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. All right, so take a few minutes, read the article, and then try to tell me what you think, which sentences do you think are true, which are false in part B, okay? So let's start this. Take some time to read it. Okay, have you finished?
I almost. Okay,
Okay.
I finished.
All right. Let's check the questions. Okay. Let's start with the first one. What do you think, Noah? This article tells you how to get rid of junk. True or false?
Yeah, true. It's the first sentence.
Yes. What do you think of the second one, Ibrahim?
You need about an hour for each round. False. 2 hours.
Correct. 2 hours, yes. Number 3, Noah?
You should put things in 3 piles. Yeah, true.
Yeah. And the next one, Ibrahim?
Put things you don't want in a junk drawer. False, I think. Junk pile.
You can correct it in 2 different ways, this one. You can say put things you don't want in a junk pile, correct? But what do we put in a junk drawer? This is my question.
No idea.
It actually tells you in
Junk.
the article.
What the question was?
The question number 4 here.
What things you don't want? Yeah, junk drawer for
Junk.
things that you are not you
You
can't
don't use
decide
it.
about it.
Yes, yes. Can you show him where to find the answer? No. Can you show Ibrahim?
Allow yourself one.
So one junk drawer in each
Yeah.
room for the stuff you can't decide
for
about.
stuff you can't decide about.
Exactly. So this is point 5. Okay, next one. Noha, the last one.
Don't buy things if you have got similar things. They don't say don't buy, but they say before you buy anything, ask yourself, have I got something similar? Do I need it? Where will I put it?
Yeah.
So they do not say don't buy things if you have got something similar.
True. They don't exactly say, but do you think maybe it's implied? Maybe maybe with the advice before you buy something, before you buy anything, ask yourself, have I got something similar? What if you have got something similar? Should you buy? Should you buy it? According to the advice, is the advice encouraging you to buy if you have something similar, or discouraging you from?
Discourage, yeah.
Yeah, but I agree also with your answer. It doesn't say exactly, it doesn't really tell you not to buy, but maybe it's implied. Maybe if we had to choose an answer, maybe we have to say, we would choose true, I think, for the last one, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
True, but
Okay, generally
not
speaking,
actually.
what do you think? Let's see your opinion here now. What do you think of the advice in general in this article? Do you agree in general with this advice? And do you need this kind of advice in your home?
Yeah, I always do that. Already, I tried this. I do it. I won't say monthly, but seasonally. Yeah.
So you mean like once every few months you do it?
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah. Helpful. Yeah. Especially with the children's room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because lots of broken toys and things they don't need anymore.
For children's room, I mainly do it, you can say monthly. Yeah, because if I didn't do something like this, you can't get enter the room after 2 months, maybe, or 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Maybe I think I need to do this. For me, I don't do this at all. I will have
صار ما تتغيرش بك لا في مرحلتي انا لا بعد
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is my
You
situation.
could do that, but maybe for your room, I don't know, for your stuff, your working stuff. But for your room, I think your mother doing that, or your sister, or
No, we
someone
don't allow them anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, we have to.
اهم شيء البرايفسي.
Yeah, privacy, and the older the things, we start to develop a relationship with our junk. I know, for example, I know there's lots of junk in my drawer, the one you can see in the mirror. I don't know if you can see it in the camera.
عشرة عمر.
Yeah, it's been there. This junk is almost 10 years old since we moved here. So I'm not just going to throw it away. You know, it's difficult. So,
Yeah.
but I understand the logic here that at some point you really do have to throw the things that you don't use. I think the only situation where I can apply this to my life, I think, with clothes. I easily throw away clothes and give away clothes. I don't care too much about clothes, but other stuff, not so much, I think. But clothes, I think I try to at least once, twice a year to give away anything that I haven't used enough, or something that I bought or someone else bought me and I don't wear it enough. So I'll just give it. It's just let someone else use it, right? Just give it away. Maybe
Yeah.
someone needs it.
Make use of it, yeah.
Especially if it's new, I think it's no point. There's no point keeping it if it's not my style. If, for example, when I lose weight or when I gain weight, it won't fit me anymore. So I can just give it. It's easier, I think, with clothes. Okay, so we have a few phrasal verbs here, Brian. I'm curious to see what you think of these phrasal verbs. So do you see all these bold words, all the bold words in the article, Brian? Do you see them?
Okay.
Like clear out, sort out, give away, throw away, take them out. All of these.
Tidy up, yeah.
Yeah, all of these, of course, you might be using them already in your language, but they have a specific name and they call these phrasal verbs. The reason they're called phrasal verbs is because they're made of two parts. The main verb, like clear, and there's always another part with it. This part can be a preposition, it can be an adverb sometimes, but it's called the particle. They just call it a particle. But every phrasal verb has this two-bit part, right? But some phrasal verbs, you have to put something in the middle between the two parts. Like here, take them out. So if we're talking about garbage or rubbish or whatever, we can't say take out them, right? You have to say take them out. So sometimes you have to put some kind of noun in the middle, in between. Okay, so now I'm wondering if you can tell me the meaning of these phrasal verbs, or if you can just use another word that has the same meaning. So clear out. Let's say we want to remove all the phrasal verbs here, all of them, and just put other verbs. How would you change the first sentence? Okay, I agree. Clean your room. Okay. The third point.
Tidy up.
Correct. Tidy. We can just say, even without up, tidy the things you haven't. Tidy up is maybe better. Tidy up. Okay. What about give away?
Give away.
Can you think of a one-part verb without saying give away?
Give.
We can say give, maybe, but we can also say, can you think of another verb?
Donate.
Donate. Yeah. Here, because these things that you're giving away, someone else will take them, right? So this is considered a donation. You're donating these things.
Charity.
Yeah, for charity, yes. So it's things to donate. Yeah. Throw away. I think it's a bit hard to, because throw away is a very common phrase that we use it a lot.
Take out.
Take out is another phrasal verb. But I think you get the meaning as long as you know what it means. That's fine. What about take them out of the room here? How can we use another verb or something else which has the same meaning?
Get them out of the room.
Same thing, I think. It's very hard to use something other than take them out in this situation.
Remove them.
Remove. Yeah. Good one. Yes. Remove has the same meaning as take them out. Remove them out of the room. Yeah. All right. Tidy up. So we can say maybe clear out here. In this example, we can change clear out with tidy up. Or we can say clean the room. Maybe organize the room, we can say.
Yeah.
And put everything away. How can we change, or how can we say put everything away in another way?
Put them back.
Or you can say return them to their original places, maybe. Put everything away. It's no, actually, we're not returning. We're removing, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Coming back. How to stop all your junk coming back?
Not coming back.
How to stop? No, I mean like here, the second one.
Coming back.
Yeah.
Accumulated again.
Yes, or maybe returning again.
Maybe. Returning again.
Yeah. Throw out is also, I think, another common, very, very common. It's a little difficult to change it. Always throw out something else. Maybe you can say replace it in this context. When you buy something new, always replace it with something old, or always replace it with something you've got, maybe. The last one, what do we mean here? Go through, what do you think, Brian? Go through cupboards and drawers and different...
Search.
Search, correct. All right, so I think we don't have a problem with the meanings of these phrasal verbs in particular. They're not very complicated, but let's see if we have any tips worth seeing. Let's talk about them if there are any. All right, let's see. No, we just have, I think, definitions. So clear something out, tidy a room, sort something out, arrange or organize, give something away, give something to someone without asking for money, which means donation, throw something away, put in the rubbish, take something out, remove it, tidy something up, make a room tidy, put something away, put something in the place where you usually keep it. So, all right, so put something away is just return it to its original place, right?
Yeah.
So clothes shouldn't be on the floor. If you have clothes on the floor, you should put them away, which means put them to back in their original drawer. Or
Return them.
Return them. Yeah, put something away means to return it. Come back, return is clear. Go through something like Ibrahim said, search. And here they say carefully look. All right, so good news, nothing new here. We can go back. Let's see the photos, picture them. Nothing new. We can go back. All right, so which page is this? Yeah. Okay, so we can move on. Let's check the next exercise. So we did exercise 2. Let's see what we have in exercise 3. So exercise 3, work in pairs. I think it's a pair work, but let's see, because sometimes it's possible to do pair work even though you can't see them at the same time, but let's check. So let's go to page 103 and let's see the type of exercise we have. Maybe we can do it. All right, so here it is. Which room in your house do you need to clear out? Okay, this is a nice exercise. We can do it together. Yes. Okay, so this is just a practice for phrasal verbs, okay? So it says fill in the gaps with, so let's check our options. We have away, we have through, we have out, and we have up. So we have 4 options, Brian. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this one for you, Brian, and the next one Noah can do. All right, so let's give this a try. So yeah, you can start with number 2.
Okay. Who tidies up the house in your family?
Okay. And Noah, you can answer this question. So think of it as a conversation. So he'll ask you these questions. You can also correct him. If you hear something that's not right, Noah, you can maybe help him. And at the same time, you can answer him. So this means maybe you need to start from the first question so you can give Noah a chance to answer as well.
Which
Okay.
I didn't find the
Page 103.
103, but which room in your, what did you ask?
Yeah, he started with the second question.
Ah, okay, got it now. Yeah. Who tidies up the house in your family? On my own. I do this. I tidy it up on my own.
Yes. This is usually the role of the mother. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You can ask her the first question, Brian.
Which room in your house do you clean out?
Do you need to clear out?
You need. Okay. Clear. Okay.
Can I say it's my kitchen?
You can, yes, because it also sometimes needs clearing out.
Yeah, my kitchen.
Mhm. Okay, next question, Ibrahim, number 3.
Do you tend to keep anything, everything, or do you give things away?
Mhm.
Yeah, I frequently do that. The last time was 2 days since 2 days. 2 days
Days.
ago. 2 days
Mhm.
ago, I gave away my husband and my children is junk clothes and to people who may need them.
When
Okay.
did you last sort out your photos, DVD, or music?
Maybe the last month I sort out my phone gallery.
Mhm.
So, because the memory is almostly full, so I have to.
Yeah,
sort them.
you have to sort out your phone gallery.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, next question, Brian. You can go on.
Do you put your clothes away before you go to bed?
Yeah. What does it mean, this question? So, put your clothes away. You mean
Maybe
return them?
Yeah, what do you
you
think
hang
it
them
means,
on the
Ibrahim?
hanger,
All right.
or
What?
just put them on the floor.
Yeah, this is exactly what it means. Ibrahim is right here. It means, do you return them to their
No, I
original
know.
place?
I usually put I usually put them back. Put them away. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, because men usually don't. At least I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know about Ibrahim, Ibrahim, or about your husband. No, but we generally don't do that.
I dedicated a special place. I fastened some special tool to hang clothes on it behind the door.
Yeah.
But he's acting like if he didn't
See.
see it. He always put them on the sofa, on the floor.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
he's not organized.
Yeah.
I'm
I think.
suffer from that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Next question, Brian.
How often do you go through your drawers and throw things out, throwing things away?
Mhm.
You can say it's monthly because if the drawers are unorganized, things got mess.
Mhm. Okay. Do you think maybe number 6, Ibrahim? Do you think it's better to say throw things away or throw things out in this situation? In this example, number
I
6.
think in this example, it's the same meaning.
What do you think now?
How often do you go through your drawers and throw things uh, throw away, throw out?
They sound the same, right?
Yeah.
I think almost the same. You throw out something, throw out the garbage, throw away. Throw out maybe is when you put it out of the house, but throw away,
Throw away, just
remove it
put them
maybe.
aside.
Yeah, put it aside. Yeah, so maybe throw away is better here, the way Ibrahim used it. Because you throw it away before you throw it out, maybe. We'll need to check that, but okay.
Yeah.
So number 7, Ibrahim.
What was the last thing you threw out?
Some frying pans. I don't need them. They scratch and I throw them away. Yeah.
Okay.
It was few days ago.
All right. Okay. Okay. So let's see the other set of questions, and let's take a look. But first of all, let's check which page they told us to check. I think we got lost again. All right. So here we are. So let's check which page they want us to check. We did the first one. Now we want to go to page 108. And this way, now you can ask, right? All right, so here you go. These are your questions, Nora.
Okay. How often do you clear out? Do you always put things away after you use them?
No.
How often do you clear out your wardrobe?
I don't. Only when my mom tells me after 10 times. I don't know.
When did you last tidy up your bedroom?
Before 3 months, maybe, or 2.
Yeah, 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, my mom was with me, so.
Oh, how cool she is. Do you throw out clothes and shoes that you never wear?
I actually wear everything, so.
That's good.
Use them all.
Who takes out the rubbish in your family?
Me.
Do you usually go through your homework? Okay, let's go to, yeah. Do you usually yeah, go through? Is it right?
Yes.
Do you usually go through your homework to check for mistakes? Yeah, go through your homework. Yeah, homework.
It's like a check, yeah.
Yeah. I asked my friends what did they do.
When was the last time you sorted out your notes from class?
Sorted. The exams.
Before an exam, you mean?
Yeah, before the exams, yeah.
Yeah.
When I say exams, I kind of sort.
What do they mean here when they say sort out your notes from class? Well, what are they trying to say?
Please, maybe I don't know how to say it in English, but.
How would you paraphrase the number 7?
When was the last time you ordered or organized your notes from class or classified?
Classified is a little too formal, maybe. I like organized better, but classified does have the same meaning, but I think it's more scientific.
Yeah. يعني أنت sort out يعني ترتب أو تنظم.
In the beginning of each semester, I give away my old sheets when I pass the course. I don't need them, so I give them away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you can think of that as
sorted out your notes, Brahim, not your stuff. Your notes. from a class, from class.
Yeah, I usually give them, yeah, the notebooks, the sheets, everything.
But here we're not talking
Everything.
about like giving, like even for yourself before you do an exam, not after.
No.
You get the most important points from the notes that you recorded during the class, and then you sort them out to collect the most important thing to.
Yeah, راح شوية المخ لكن
يعني لما انت تكتب مثلا ملاحظات في الكلاس
ايه
تكتب كل ما يقوله مثلا مستر الباهي واللي تعرفه مهم واللي مش مهم، بعدين تدير لهم سورت اوت يعني تطلع ترتبهم
تلخص
يعني.
ايه
ايوه تلخص او ترتبهم يعني.
Yeah, before exams, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the best time to sort out any notes, because this is when you need them the most, right? Because you have an exam tomorrow or next week or after 2 days. So you need to know what you've written during the lectures. You need to know this is from unit 1, this is from unit 2. This is important.
But I think directly after the class would be better, because
it will be better, but I don't think we are going to do it because we think it's a lot of work and we don't like to study. But
yeah,
you already fed up with the class.
Yeah, Ibrahim, you need to do these things to escape the plateau, escape the swamps. All right, okay. So all right, so I think we don't have much problem, but I'm curious to see if there's any difference between throw out and throw away. They sound the same to me, but I just want to very quickly check the definitions. Maybe they have some points regarding the difference between throw out and throw away. Throw something out or throw some away. They're using them in the same way. So this means your answers, Naha and Ibrahim, were correct. To put something in the rubbish bin that you don't want anymore. So they're using it in the same way. All right. So feel free. Use the one that you're more used to. Throw out, throw away. They turned out to be the same. All right, very nice. So we did this exercise and we had a little practice with the phrasal verbs which are related to cleaning and organizing. Now we have a little bit of listening to do. It says here, look at the picture. Tim and Joe are moving house. All right, so Tim and Joe are the couple from our last lesson, the one who rented the terraced house. So what is in piles 1 to 3? So let's take a look at the photos. So here we have Tim and here we have Joe. All right, so we have, you can see 3 piles. All right. So what do they want exactly, the question? What is in piles 1 to 3? This is pile 1. This is pile 2, pile 3. Let's start with pile 1. What's in pile 1?
Photos and CD musics.
CDs, yeah, music CDs. We have music CDs. We have photos in A and B.
Pair of boots.
Yeah, pair of boots.
And a case and a lamp. And
we have a lamp and some kind of suitcase. Looks like maybe a big suitcase.
Yeah.
And the plant.
Yeah.
Okay, what can you see in the second pile?
Video.
Yeah, videos.
Tapes.
Videotapes.
CD player, maybe.
Yes.
A printer. A TV and magazines.
Some
maybe.
Magazines, correct.
Printer.
And some mail.
Yeah.
Letters, I mean.
Letters, yeah.
Yeah, letters, some old mail. Maybe it's mail, bills and, you know, things like that. Maybe. All right, pile number 3, what can you see?
Books.
A box.
Paint.
Painting.
Yeah, a panda bear.
Yeah, some kind of teddy bear.
A CD music player.
Okay, some kind of stereo player, CD player.
Laptop, maybe, I don't know.
It looks like a laptop to me.
Laptop, yeah.
All right,
Laptop.
okay. Okay, so this is the third pile. I still don't know what they want in the question, but let's keep on. All right, which pile do you think, so it's a guessing question. Okay, which pile do you think Tim and Joe are going to give away, throw away, keep? All right, so we need to decide which one do you think they will throw away, which one do you think they will donate, they will give away to someone, and which one do you think they'll keep, and why? Pile one, Naha, what do you think? Your opinion?
Keep.
I don't know, I can't decide if they want to keep them because there's a photo, but there's a CD player and something looks like they can donate him. And maybe, but I can't say that they will throw them away.
Okay, so you're not sure of pile one. What about pile two?
Pile two, throw them away.
All right. Why do you think they're going to throw them away, in your opinion?
Because it seems that they are not usable again anymore. TV looks like an old one. Videotapes. It's kind of out of date things.
Yeah, maybe you have a point about that. Okay, and the third pile, what do you think?
I think they will give away the third pile and they will keep the first one.
And throw away the second one.
Yeah, because the third one, almost box and sweater and laptop. Maybe there's another people can make use of them, but the first one, it's more personal things. Yeah, I think they will give it away for the third pile.
All right. What do you think, Brian? Do you agree on this analysis? Maybe you have another opinion or another answer.
Yeah, I agree. The first pile they will keep it. The second they will throw them away, and the third pile they will donate it.
Okay. I don't know yet what they're going to do, but let's find out together, and let's hear the conversation. Let's see what happens, and let's see if Noha's guess, her analysis is right or not. So let's go. So we want track 44. Okay, let's just.
Track 44. Right, what's next?
Is it too low, the volume? You want me to increase the volume?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Track 44. Right, what's next?
What about this old laptop?
Actually, I'm going to give it to my brother. He says it'll be fine for his kids to use. He's picking it up tomorrow evening after work.
Yeah, okay.
So that goes in...
The giveaway pile with the books.
And what about that old printer?
Oh, I think we should throw that out. It doesn't work anymore, so we can't really give it away.
Right, so which pile?
Put it next to that old TV and the videos.
And what about these old letters? I don't know why you've kept them. You'll never read them again.
Yes, you're probably right. OK, I'll throw those away.
Right.
And what shall we do with all these old photos?
Oh, I'm in the middle of going through those.
But we never look at them anymore.
I know, but that's because they're not in order or anything. I'm going to sort out the rest of them at the weekend. Then we can get rid of the ones we don't want.
OK, so we're keeping these for now?
Yes. So, that pile.
Yes, the one with the suitcase and the lamp. And can we throw out your old CDs?
Sorry, I don't really want to get rid of those.
But you'll never listen to them again. You only listen to music on your MP3 player these days.
Yeah, but I want to copy the CDs onto the laptop. Then I can get rid of them.
Fine. Put them in the keep pile. You really don't like throwing things away, do you?
That's not true. I'm definitely going to get rid of this awful jumper. It's really ugly.
That was a birthday present from my mother.
Oh, was it? OK. I should probably keep it then.
Not if you're not going to wear it.
OK, I'll put it on the giveaway pile. We can take it to a charity shop.
And what about your old tennis racket? You've got to throw that out.
Actually, I'm going to give that to Julia next door. She's going to start taking tennis lessons.
You're joking. That old thing? It's 20 years old. It's going to break the first time she uses it.
Oh, it's fine for a 9-year-old.
Right. What's next? What about these curtains?
Okay, can you give me just a second? I think something is burning. I want to do a quick check just to see if it's not in the house. All right, just a second.
الكهربائية والإلكترونية electronics. مش
Okay, so luckily it's not in the house, but it seems, yeah, yes. All right. Okay, so this means, I think according to the CD, Noha is right. Pile 1 is the keeping pile, they'll keep it. Pile 2 is the throwing away or throw out pile. And pile 3 is the donating pile or the giveaway pile. All right, so we answered the first part. Now, I think we have sort of a follow-up question or listening for details question. Let's see if we can remember these things. Okay, now I think we could show them in both pages together. Let's see, let's change the page view. All right, now let's zoom. Okay, so if you want me to move, I can move around, but I don't think we can show everything, but Okay, let's zoom and then let's move. Okay, so let me read the question. So it says here, match these sentences to things A to E in the picture. All right, so which item or which thing do you think is Tim picking up tomorrow evening after work? So there's something that he's going to pick up tomorrow after work. And it's here in the photo, of course, in the picture, I mean. It's either A, B, C, D, or E. He's going to pick it up tomorrow after work. What is it?
E.
E. What's that? You mean the laptop?
Laptop.
Mm.
All right, okay. I don't really remember, but let's say it's E. What about number 2? Yes, you're probably right. Okay, I'll throw those away. So
C.
what are they referring to? C? You mean
Yeah.
the letters? Is this
The letters,
what?
yeah.
And who said that? Was it Tim or Joe?
Joey.
All right, so it was Joe, yeah. Okay, we can confirm that. So for now, we have the laptop, number 1, which is, what is it? E, and C for number 2. Okay, number 3. I'm going to sort out the rest of them at the weekend. What do you think, Brian?
Can you?
You want me to show you the picture?
The picture, yeah.
So one of them, Tim or Joe, they said that they're going to sort them out at the weekend. So what is it that they're going to sort out at the weekend?
I think A.
You think the photos?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the photo. A.
All right, maybe you're right, yes. And number 4, but you'll never listen to them again.
B, I think. CDs.
B.
CD music.
The music CDs, yeah.
A.
And who said it? Did Joe say this, or did Tim say it? You'll never listen to them again.
Mom. No, ما نعرفش. The mother.
But they
The
don't have children.
The woman.
Yeah, the wife, the woman, or the girlfriend, whatever. Yes, the woman, Joe. Right. All right. So number.
I thought she was her mom.
No, we
No.
only have 2 people. We only have Tim and Joe.
They are couple.
Yeah, we only have the couple. That's all we
يدوروا في
have.
الحياة مع بعض هون.
Yeah, they moved. Remember last time they moved into the terrace house. So these are the same couple. Now they're moving house now. That's why they're trying to organize the things. So it's related to last lesson. Last lesson they agreed to rent the terrace house, but today they're organizing their stuff, I think. All right. So number 5, it says it's 20 years old. It's going to break the first time she uses it. What's this?
D.
D, you think the racket, the tennis racket?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's confirm it. Do you want to check this from the script, or no need to check it from the script? What do you think?
No need to
No
check
need.
from the script.
Yeah, I think no need. We can just quickly confirm it one more time and then write the answers just to check.
Track 44. Right, what's next?
What about this old laptop?
Actually, I'm going to give it to my brother. He says it'll be fine for his kids to use. He's picking it up tomorrow evening after work.
Yeah, okay.
So that goes in...
The giveaway pile with the books.
And what about that old printer?
Oh, I think we should throw that out. It doesn't work anymore, so we can't really give it away.
Right, so which pile?
Put it next to that old TV and the videos.
And what about these old letters? I don't know why you've kept them. You'll never read them again.
Yes, you're probably right. Okay, I'll throw those away.
Right.
And what shall we do with all these old photos?
Oh, I'm in the middle of going through those.
But we never look at them anymore.
I know, but that's because they're not in order or anything. I'm going to sort out the rest of them at the weekend. Then we can get rid of the ones we don't want.
Okay, so we're keeping these for now.
Yes. So, that pile.
Yes, the one with the suitcase and the lamp. And can we throw out your old CDs?
Sorry, I don't really want to get rid of those.
But you'll never listen to them again. You only listen to music on your MP3 player these days.
Yeah, but I want to copy the CDs onto the laptop. Then I can get rid of them.
Fine. Put them in the keep pile. You really don't like throwing things away, do you?
That's not true. I'm definitely going to get rid of this awful jumper. It's really ugly.
That was a birthday present from my mother.
Oh, was it? Okay. I should probably keep it then.
Not if you're not going to wear it.
Okay, I'll put it on the giveaway pile. We can take it to a charity shop.
And what about your old tennis racket? You've got to throw that out.
Actually, I'm going to give that to Julia next door. She's going to start taking tennis lessons.
You're joking. That old thing, it's 20 years old. It's going to break the first time she uses it.
Oh, it's fine for a 9-year-old.
Right. What's next? What about these curtains?
Okay, so all of them were right, which is good news. We can move on. Okay, let me change the page back to a one page. All right. Okay, so here we are. Let's do a little bit of grammar. Let's talk a little bit about the future. So here, look at sentences number 1 to 3 in question 5a. So let's take a look at 1 to 3. All right, so can you read the 3 sentences here, Brian?
He's picking it up tomorrow evening after work. Yes, you are probably right. Okay, I will throw those away. I'm going to sort out the rest of them at the weekend.
Okay.
But you will never listen to them again.
No, number 4 and 5 aren't included. I think they just want us to focus on the first 3. And then there's a little rule question here, okay? So it says here, fill in the gaps in these rules with, so we have 3 options. We have using will, or using be going to, or using present continuous. So let's read the 3 rules. Can you read them, Brian, for us, please?
Okay. We use something when we decide to do something at the time of speaking.
Okay. All right. Let's check the other 2, and then I'll give you some time to decide from the examples. Okay, what about the second one?
We use something when we already have a plan or an intention to do something.
Okay.
We use حاجة when we have an agreement, an arrangement, with another person.
Okay, so first I have a sort of off-topic, not off-topic, but an extra question. Do you agree that all these 3, A, B, C, do you agree that they're all referring to the future, or do you think they're not all of them are referring to the future? What do you think? Do you think they talk about the future?
No, not all of them.
Which ones do you think talk about the future, and which ones do you think aren't about the future, in your opinion?
B, you talk about the future.
B.
The present and the future, because a plan.
But a plan
so
is...
you know the steps you are going to make.
Oh, that's an interesting view. A plan is in the future, but it's sort of in the present too, in a way, right? Because you already know the steps, just like you said. Okay, but it is in a way still about the future.
Mm-hmm.
What about the A and C?
A, I think it's in the present because it's at the time of speaking.
Yeah, but it says decide to do something. And the doing, is it now or is it later? What do you think?
maybe after time of speaking.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, so can we think of it as
So it's still
So
future.
all of them are they are in the future.
After time of speaking, still future.
Yeah, he discovered the trick. He said all of them are in the future. Yes, it's a trick question. I just want you to be to pay attention. That's all. They're all in the future, Brain. They all, but I agree completely with your analysis. They're sort of different kind of futures, right? They're not exactly the same, even though all three of them are in the future, but they're slightly different. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to connect these three different ways of using or talking about the future to the examples 1, 2, 3 that you read a few minutes ago. Now, let me just here sort of mark them for you. Let's do that a little better. All right, so here, these are the three examples that I want you to answer the three rules here based on. So let's start with the first one. Let's sort of break it down. It says, he's picking it up tomorrow evening after work. So what kind of rule is this? Do you think it's A, or is it B, or is it C? When we say he's picking it up tomorrow evening after work. And
B.
what grammar are we using? Let's forget about what grammar. Let's think of meaning first. Sorry. Yeah, I don't want to confuse you.
Maybe I can answer it. Present continuous.
Correct. It is present continuous. You're right. Yes, yes. Okay, so you got the grammar part, but let's focus on the meaning a little bit. So he's picking it up tomorrow. But how different is number one from number three? Number three, let's forget number two for now. Let's think of number 1 and 3, okay? So how different is number 1 from number 3? And what's the difference?
The first one, he's talking about someone is going to do, and the third one is about himself. I'm going to do. Okay,
very true. Very important distinction. Yes, the third one, he's talking about his own thing, talking about himself. But number 1, he's talking about some kind of something with another person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think? So if you had to match number 1 with A, B, C, which one do you think is the best to match it to, and why?
C.
Okay, I'm going to...
تعرف الشك والله.
No, I'll tell you what. You're right. It's C, but it's C. But I need you to tell me, why do you think it's C? You're right. It is C. Why? Why is it C? Can you read C? What does it say?
Because they have an arrangement with another person. Because he told her.
Yeah. That's
it.
When
we have an arrangement with another person.
Exactly. You're right. And actually, he told her that he has an arrangement. So when Tim here says he's picking it up tomorrow evening after work, so he already arranged this with his brother or friend or whatever. Do you get the idea? So this is already arranged. It's not something at the moment. Okay. All right. So we got that part right. Now, example 3, the one that he said he's talking about himself. Where do you think this belongs? Think of it a little more. I'm going to sort out
B.
the rest of them at YB or YA.
Okay, because he has a plan. He said he will throw them away. He's picking them up after work. So it's kind of a plan. It's a plan, kind of.
Which one, 2 or 3 is a plan?
1.
No, I mean here, 2 and 3 in the examples. When you
We are
said,
talking about.
yes, you're probably right. Okay, I'll throw those away. Or I'm going to sort out the rest of them.
just a minute. أنا غلطنا خلاص.
Are you with us on the screen or are you on your PDF?
Yeah, no, screen.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm going to 3. It's B.
Correct. Yes, but why? It's correct, but why?
It's because we'll already have a plan or intention to do something.
Sorry. Did you say number 2B?
No, 3B.
Yeah, so I heard it wrong. Yeah, correct. Yeah, 3B. Okay, so he has an intention. How do we know he has an intention?
Because he said he's going to sort out the rest of them at the weekend.
Yes, you're right. This is an intention. Okay, so this means we've got that number 2. We only have A, right? Left.
Yes.
Because it's like Isa Musa in this situation. But I want you to tell me a little more. Why do you think A is the right one for number 2?
Because he decided at the time of speaking.
Yeah, because take a look at it. He said, yes, you're probably right. Okay,
yeah,
I'll throw those. It's like this decision, it wasn't planned. He convinced her. This is Joe talking because she wanted to keep, what did she want to keep?
The letters.
The letters. Her original plan was to keep the letters. So he convinced her and he said, you're not going to use them. You'll never read them. So she thought about it. She said, you know what? You're right.
He changed her mind.
Yes, he made her change her mind. Exactly. So she said, okay, I'll throw those away. So this decision came at the moment of speaking. It wasn't planned. That's why she used, what did she use? Now let's do the grammar question. Now you answered the first part, right? Let's do the grammar detail part now. انت جاوبتي على present continuous جاوبت عليها لكن the other two, let's do the other two.
We use will when we talk when we decide to do something at the time of speaking.
Nice. That's it. Okay.
وزي ما قلت أيسمع.
Yeah. The other one you answered. Which one did you answer? The one about present continuous. شو قلت لنا أنت بكري?
Well, present continuous.
Yeah. Is it B or is it C, the present continuous?
C.
Right. Correct. And B, of course, we only have
going to.
B going to left, which is for plans. All right. Of course, even this is not exactly new, Ibrahim. I think this is more of pre-intermediate A or B or something. But I thought this is important for you to sort of get it in your head that the future, even though the future is the future, but there are different ways of talking about it. And they don't talk about the future in the same way. So usually when you have a plan or something, for arrangements and plans, present continuous or be going to. And you can even if you sort of mix them up, it's not that big of a problem. Think of them as close cousins. Be going to and the present continuous. They almost use them in a very similar way. But will is the different one. Will is sort of the ugly duckling. It's a little different. You need to use it when you make a decision now at the moment of speaking to do something. And the most common example with will, I always use this example because it's a common one. Let's say someone tells you, oh, your friend called you and you didn't expect your friend to call.
Yeah, I will call him back.
You see, that's it. I'll call him back because you didn't plan to call. But let's say you have some kind of interview with a university or some kind of job interview, and your mother or your friend asks you, well, what are you going to do later? What's up? What do you have planned? I'm going to have a call with my new interviewer, or I'm going to have a job interview. I'm going to have a call. This is planned in your agenda. It's fixed, right? Or I'm calling my boss later. So this is also sort of kind of an arrangement. All right. So so this is a quick intro into the idea of different types of future. Now let's move on to do a little more exercise. Okay, so Noha, would you like to do this part? Let's look first at sentences 4 and 5. Yes, Brian?
شوية ونجي أنا.
All right, okay. All right. Now, let me take you to number 4 and 5. Okay, you can read them. Can you read them, please? No?
4 and 5.
Yes.
But you will never listen to them again. It's 20 years old. It's going to break the first time she uses it. Okay. We use will be going to for prediction that's based on present evidence. Something we can see now. We can use will be going to for a prediction that's personal opinion. Okay, for the first one, will.
Okay.
We use will based on present evidence, something we can see now.
Okay, I'm just going to write your answers now, and then we'll check them together and see. You might be right. Okay.
We use be going to for prediction that's a personal opinion and is not based on present evidence.
Okay, so now let's see if the examples show what you just told us. Let's go to the will example, which is number 4. But
Yeah,
you'll never listen to them again. You'll never listen to them again. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any evidence for this? When she said, you'll never listen to them again. Is there any proof of her statement when she said this?
No.
All right.
No, so for the going to, it's wrong.
Yeah, because if you check the second example, she gives evidence this time, Joe. She said it's 20 years old. This is her evidence. It's going to break. It's going to break the first time she uses it. She's talking about, of course, the tennis racket. So this time she gave evidence in number 5. So maybe it's the other way around, right? Maybe for evidence, it's better to say going to, and for something which is more of a prediction. You can take a look and you can say
personal.
Correct. Yes, will is everything will be all right. You know, this is common. They don't say everything is going to be all right. Usually people they use will because they don't really know, but they're trying to be optimistic. They're trying to be hopeful. Everything will be all right. Don't worry. Everything will be all right. They don't have evidence for this. Of course, it could turn out very ugly, but you know. All right. And keep in mind, always know, whenever you're not sure, the going and the other one, its cousin, the present continuous, they always feel a little stronger. You're more confident of the future when you use them. So when you say, I'm traveling to Malta next week, or I'm going to travel to Malta next week, the listener already has a very clear idea that you've booked the hotel, you've booked your ticket, you've got your pocket money ready, you took your holiday from work or whatever. You're well prepared already. If you're using present continuous and if you're using be going to talk about the future, you're confident it's going to happen. But if you use will, it's more of a prediction. If you say, I think I'll visit Malta this year, here you're just showing your intention. It's something you'd like to do. Maybe you're making a prediction for yourself, but there's nothing to back this prediction. I think I'll visit Malta this year. Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't. You haven't bought your ticket. You haven't taken a holiday yet. You haven't done anything. You don't have money.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we can move on. Let's see, there are extra points. How do we make positive and negative questions with will and going to? I think this is easy. Maybe
Yeah.
Ibrahim, when he comes back, we can give him a few examples to do. Let's check
I'm back.
okay, you're back. Okay, let's check the summary. Welcome back. Let's see if there are any tips, any addition. Okay, very quickly, let me tell you what we were discussing, Brian. So to summarize, if you want to talk about the future and you're making a prediction based on evidence, you need to use going to, like number 5. Can you see number 5 here? It's 20 years old. It's going to break the first time she uses it. Here, Joe was talking about the tennis racket.
Tennis. Yeah.
Yeah. So she made a future prediction. She made a prediction. She said it's going to break. Why did she say it? Because she also gave evidence. She wasn't just, being pessimistic. Yeah, she gave evidence because she based it on the fact that the racket is 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see her second example, when she said, but you'll never listen to them again, she's talking about the CDs. Here, she's just, she's just talking off the top of her head. She doesn't really know if that's true or not. Maybe she doesn't like his CDs. That's why she's saying this. There's no evidence. Maybe he will listen to them again. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So this means if you're going to use a prediction, or if you're going to predict something, you're very sure it's going to happen. First of all, provide evidence for this, something in the present, and use going to. Okay. But if you're not really sure, just use will.
You will, yeah.
Yeah, will. You're making a prediction, but you don't really have much evidence. But you think, I think tomorrow will be sunny. I don't really have any evidence it'll be sunny. It's actually cloudy now. But if I take a look at the sky and I see lots of clouds, it's very cloudy. I think it's going to rain. Do you see how I changed? Because I'm basing my prediction on the clouds I'm seeing right now. So I'm making a sort of, they call this, when you make a very good guess or prediction, they call it an educated guess. Because I'm basing it on some kind of fact that's present now, which is the heavy clouds, or you can say, for example, the gray clouds or the black clouds or whatever. Okay, so these are the 2 points you missed while you were away. So very, very quickly, we use going to for predictions based on present evidence. We use will for personal predictions, personal opinions. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the summary. Let's see if there are any tips worth mentioning. Okay, so here it is. So this is the first part that you did, Ibrahim. We use will to decide something at the time of speaking. Okay, we use be going to for plans. We use present continuous for arrangements. This is what you said. And this is the one I was just telling you about. Be going to for a prediction based on evidence, but will for a prediction based on personal opinion. Okay. All right, so the first tips, then it says, okay, let's see the tips. All right. So here it says, can you read the tip here, please? The first one, Ibrahim. When we use the present continuous.
Okay. When we use the present continuous for future arrangements, we usually know exactly when the arrangements are happening. They are the kind of arrangements we can write in a diary. For example, I'm having a dinner with Richard on Saturday.
Do you see this? Especially, I'm very interested in this part. Let me underline it. Do you see this part? It summarizes it beautifully. If it's a plan that is so strong that you're so confident of that you can write it on a sort of schedule, on an agenda or a diary, it's you can use the present continuous in this situation. You get the idea? So you're so definite, you're so sure it's going to happen, you can write it. And this of course happens every day at work, with work meetings, work arrangements. In this situation, we can use the present continuous. And in the last tip here, it says we can also do the same thing with the be going to, right? What are you going to do tomorrow? I'm going to have dinner with Richard. So this means the present continuous and the be going to, they're interchangeable. Do you get the idea? So if you use them in each other's places, it's not the end of the world. They're almost identical. Will is the different one, okay? Okay, I think we need to skip this.
يعني هنا تبي يعني هنا تبي انت تايم فريز باش يستعمل present continuous.
Yes, you have
في
to.
الفيوتشر تبي phrase لازم.
Yes.
ولا؟
You're completely right now. بالضبط. Yes. This is the main difference. لأن في
لما تقول I'm going to, you also need the phrase when you use I'm going to or not.
No, you don't, because it's clear. It's clear it's in the future, right? It helps. It helps if you want to be specific. If you're talking to someone close and you want to say when you're going to do whatever you're going to do, sure, no problem. You can use tomorrow, next week, next month. You don't really have to. يعني مجرد أنت بتقولي going to, the listener already knows you're talking about some kind of plan, something you've already planned. You get the idea? But with the present continuous, because we already...
present continuous, لازم time phrase.
Yes, because if you don't, maybe the listener will be confused. Are you talking about something now, happening right now? Or is this a plan? So because if you say to your friend, I'm having dinner with Richard, and you're with your friend will start looking for Richard. Is Richard an imaginary friend? Is it a jinn or something? Because you didn't use a time phrase, your friend will normally understand you're speaking about something happening now, but you're not. You have to say next week, later, after 2 hours, even an hour thing. You can just say, I'm having dinner with Richard in a couple of hours. So your friend with you right now will say, okay. So he'll understand this is some kind of arrangement or plan. But otherwise, they're almost the same. They're not too different. Maybe the present continuous, it feels a little formal, more formal. I don't know. It feels a little formal to me, because when you say I'm having dinner with Richard on Saturday, it's a bit more formal than saying I'm going to have dinner with Richard on Saturday, for example. But they're the same, so in another way. Okay, so let's see other tips. Okay, just give me a second. I need to quickly text the beginner students after you to tell them I'll be a little late, because we started this lesson a little late. Okay, let me leave the tip for you to check while I quickly مثلا. All right. We also have a few more tips here. All right, so take a look at these 3 tips here, Ibrahim and Noah. Tell me what you think of them. And I'll quickly text these guys.
About the comparison.
Yeah, here we are. The one with the do you think? The 3 tips on the top. No, comparisons, we finished it. I mean the tips on the right top, the top right side. Here, this. Can you see it in the red box?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so they haven't texted yet, which means they're not online yet. Okay, so we can continue. All right, so what do you get from these 3 tips now?
We often use do, you think, to make question with will. You think your sister will like this dress? I don't know. This is other way to use will.
Why? Why is it so
Nothing
different?
It's not different. We often use. Do you think your sister will like this dress? Because it's something unpredictable.
Right. And it's based on personal opinion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not making. It's not based on evidence. Maybe she'll like it. Maybe she won't. So we're we're asking for a personal opinion. It's like a personal prediction. Do you think he'll enjoy the lesson? So I'll say, yeah, I hope so. I don't know. Maybe he will. You know, we're not really sure. With the idea with will, it always shows some kind of lack of confidence. Not lack of confidence. It's just you're showing that there's a chance my prediction could be wrong. This is the idea. You're less certain. You're less certain of the future compared to the present continuous and be going to. You're very certain of the future. When you say I'm having dinner with Ahmed in 2 hours, this is you're almost 100% certain, right? Because Muhammad's confirmed, and you're meeting him at the restaurant, and everything is confirmed. His boss, your boss, the meeting, whatever. It's written in the timetable. There were emails. It's very certain it's going to happen. But with will, it's not certain at all. It's a bit of a sort of prediction. We don't know. That's why they always start the question with, do you think? Do you get the idea? Because you're not really sure, do you think?
But if you ask, do you think, for example, do you think he's gonna to join us? Is it right or wrong?
Maybe it's better if you say
like this.
If you say will. You think he'll join us? Do you think he'll join us? Maybe it's a little better. Because if you want to ask with going, is he going to join us? Here and there's a big difference between both questions, by the way. If you say, do you think he'll join us? Here your question is softer. Even your question is softer here when you say, do you think he'll join us? It's a little more polite because you don't want to force the listener to answer your question in a certain way. You're giving him an option to make a prediction. But if you say, if you use a going question, is he going to join us? You've left no option for the speaker, for the other party. He'll say, yes, is he going to join us? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. It becomes a yes/no question, and you have to show certainty. So maybe the question is not very suitable if it's something that we don't really know yet. Like a student joining us. Maybe it's better if you want to ask about a student joining us. You can say, do you think there are other students that will join us? I'll say yes. I think some students will probably join us, and then I can use probably and possibly, other adverbs which are very useful with will. He'll probably
same rule.
The same idea, yes. The same thing. And actually with probably and possibly, you're making it even softer. You're making your prediction even softer. That's why this is very important in academic English, by the way, because in academic English, they don't want to be clear cut with future predictions. They always want to keep them sort of open, because I could be wrong. I'm making a personal statement in my essay. So maybe I shouldn't say global warming is going to increase. This is not very scientific, actually. Maybe it's better to say global warming is probably likely to continue increasing, or will probably continue to increase. Do you get the idea? To make your prediction a little more scientific, a little more, a little softer. This is the idea. Might. It also means will possibly. I might finish it this weekend. All right, so I think this is clear. So might here has the same meaning as will. So it's a bit of a paraphrasing thing here. So you have the option.
But the word definitely is not a synonym of certainly.
It is. Yeah.
But how can you use definitely here?
Here it's also a personal prediction. He'll definitely call you back. Grammatically, it's correct. Maybe you're sure he'll call you back. Maybe also this is a response to something that happened right now, right? Maybe there's a girl and maybe her boyfriend miscalled her or something. So she's very upset. Her friend is trying to calm her down. So he'll definitely call you back. He loves you. He'll definitely call you back. So he'll never call her back, of course, but so she's trying to help her friend. Maybe in this sense, he'll definitely call you back. Maybe.
But I think the second part of the tip is contradict with the first part. He will probably, and then he'll definitely.
And true. And the meaning is different. Yes, the meaning is completely opposite. But here, they're just telling you how we can sort of. It's a bit like a collocation tip. They're just telling you what you can use with will to get the idea.
Yeah.
Depending on the meaning you want to convey, of course. If you want to convey a 50-50 thing, you're not sure. Maybe someone wants something from you, and you're trying to be a little bit, slippery. You don't want to give definite information. You can say, I think I'll probably meet him tomorrow. I'll probably meet him tomorrow. When are you going to see him? I'll probably meet him next week. So you don't want to give false hope to the listener. You can be a little what's the word? Ambivalent. Do you know the word ambivalent? I'll write it. Ambivalent. Ambivalent. Or ambiguous. Okay, so ambiguous is like when someone is being a little gray. Someone is not being clear. Someone is being, 50-50.
Yeah.
Ambivalent مبهم شخص ما بيش يعطيك الإجابة من الأخير.
Yeah.
So in this situation, probably with will is good because this is what you're trying to do. But definitely has the opposite meaning, like you say. Might, here the third tip, of course, they're telling us that might functions in a similar way to will. So I might meet him tomorrow. If you use it, it has the same meaning of saying will. It's not a 100% thing. When you say it's because if you say I will meet him, or I might meet him, I will sounds a little stronger, I think, than saying I might meet him. Correct, yes. Because here, if you see the what it says says will possibly. So if someone asks you, are you going to meet him? And you say, I think I'll meet him tomorrow. And if you answer, I might meet him tomorrow, which do you think is more certain? When you say, I'll meet him tomorrow or I might meet him tomorrow? Which do you
I'll.
Correct. Yeah, the might makes it a little less certain. You're not as sure. You don't know. Maybe it won't happen. I might meet him. So this is a good answer to say to your boss. If your boss wants something from you, I might finish it this weekend. So if you don't finish it, you can always say, I told you I might finish it. I didn't tell you I'll finish it. Do you get the idea? So might, you're not giving a full, you're not certain. This is the idea. Okay, now this is a new way of using will, I think, that wasn't included in the lesson, but I think it's worth talking about a little. It says here for future facts or for offers. So I'll be 45 next birthday. You see, this is a kind of fact. And I'll help you clear out the study. This is an offer. I don't know how commonly used these are. I'm going to be 45 next month. Maybe I'll be sounds a little better. But this is just a new use of will that they didn't mention in the lesson. So if you want to talk about a future fact that something will be true in the future.
Yeah, you can't say I'm going to be 45.
Yeah, do you see?
Birthday.
Exactly, it sounds a little weird.
Yeah.
It sounds a little strange.
Yeah.
I'll sounds a bit better, I think. Offers too. I'll help you clean. I'll do it with you. Okay, I'll help you. I'll meet you there. Maybe, yeah. Okay, so there isn't much to say about these two uses, but I think you can see that they're trying to give you a little more details in this lesson on how to use the future, how to use will, how to use be going to, how to use the present continuous. Now, the thing I'd like you to do maybe as homework, in addition to the example the one about the houses that we left in the beginning, I'd like you to also, especially you, Ibrahim, I think maybe Noah already knows this, that she doesn't need to. But I think for you, Ibrahim, it's very important to see how we make will. Do you see this part, Ibrahim? How to form sentences, positive and negative, and how to make questions, right? So if you're going to make a positive sentence, I'll give. So you use I, and then you use will, the subject plus will, and the infinitive, right? So I think you need to take a look at this, how to make will, positive, negative questions, how to make going to, positive, negative questions, okay? So maybe you need to take a look at this at home, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go back, and just before we end our session, let's take a look and see if there's anything worth mentioning before we. All right, so we saw the revision here. There's listening, which we could start next time. Okay, it says listen and write the sentences you hear. You'll hear each sentence twice. Listen to sentence one. Okay, I think we can do this one. All right, so now listen and write the sentences you hear. You will hear each sentence twice. All right, so I think they want you to pay attention to the two different ways we use going to. Okay, so let me play the track for you so you can see how it goes, okay? So let's start with part A. Listen and write the sentences you hear. You'll hear each sentence twice. If you can write it, that will help, of course, but if you can remember it, maybe you don't need to write. So let's listen. Track 45.
Track 45. 1. I'm going to sort out the living room tomorrow. I'm going to sort out the living room tomorrow. 2. It's gonna rain in a few minutes.
Can't hear anything.
You can't?
It's gonna
No.
rain in a few minutes.
All right.
Can you, Ibrahim?
That's strange. Why not? But the share sound is on. Let me try again. Okay. Tell me if you can hear now, okay?
Track 45.
Can you hear?
1.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to sort out the living room tomorrow. I'm going to sort out the living room tomorrow. 2. It's gonna rain in a few minutes. It's gonna rain in a few minutes. 3. I'll put away all the stuff we want to keep.
I heard this, the first one. The second, the repetition, I didn't hear it. I don't know, maybe there's someone stick to.
You didn't hear it? That's strange. Maybe, do you think, can you hear me clearly? I think
Yeah,
maybe
I can hear you, but
yeah, I think there's a problem with the
there's
connection.
someone-
There's someone?
The last the last sentence where it's gonna rain
Correct.
in a few minutes, or
Yes, that's it.
yeah, okay,
That's the last thing I played.
yeah, okay.
Because he stops between the tracks. Did you get the idea? I think you thought, maybe you thought the pauses, you thought that it was missing. No, he stops in the track normally. Okay, so so it's going to rain in a few minutes. This was the last thing they said.
I'll put away all the stuff we want to keep. 4. I think he'll become famous one day. I think he'll become famous one day. 5. We're having some friends round for dinner on Saturday. We're having some friends round for dinner on Saturday.
Okay. So what did you hear? What are the examples you heard?
Different examples.
Okay.
Sunday. I'm going to sort out the living room tomorrow. It's gonna rain in a few minutes. I'll put away all the stuff we won't keep. I think he'll become famous one day.
Yeah.
We're having some friends round for dinner on Sunday.
Correct. These were the examples. Did you pay attention to the two different ways they said going to? They did it in two different ways. Did you notice it in the beginning?
Yeah. I'm going to. It's gonna rain.
Right. So they did it in two ways. Which one is correct? Which one, or do you think are both of them correct?
The first one is more formal.
Yes, but the second one, gonna, is it accepted in spoken language? What do you think?
Yeah.
It is. This means in normal.
It's spoken. Yeah.
Yeah, in spoken language, no problem if you say gonna. It's not a big deal. But of course, if you say gonna, you cannot say to. You have to say gonna rain. It's gonna rain. You cannot say it's gonna to rain. No. You either say gonna or going to. It's either one of both. So you can't do them together, right? All right. So I think we'll have to stop for now. But hopefully, next lesson we can start with what's left of the listening. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the stress when we use future. We'll also do more examples using the future, things we want to get rid of. And of course, we can start with the house exercise that we agreed to leave as homework. So maybe you can prepare a few ideas and you can write them, but you have to make sure to use as many different comparative forms as you can. And it's even better if you try to avoid the easy classical ones, like bigger, smaller, you know? Try to be a little fancy and give yourself a chance to use the less common forms of comparison. Okay, so I think that's all for today. And I'll see you next time on Saturday.
Thank you.
Something else, Noha, I remembered, because for new subscribers, you'll get free conversation. You have 2 free conversation lessons, Noha, because you renewed your subscription. You can take them if you want tomorrow. If you're free, you can join. And you did one, right, last time. So it means you have another one. Okay. So tomorrow, if you're free, you can join. If you're not free, you can join the next Friday. Whatever Friday you're free, you can join. Okay.
Thank you. That's good news.
Yeah. So tomorrow at 7 o'clock. You just need to be online at 7 o'clock if you're interested.
Thank you.
Okay, then you're welcome. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Ma'as salam.
Okay. Thank you.